It's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback from UCLA. It's Josh Rosen.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. On first down, it's Rosen. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Second down at 4. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On play action, Rosen. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. They sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's
looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Pats are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On first down, Dupree. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Dupree, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of it.
Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
On third down, Rosen. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. That catch good for only a couple. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They hand this off to Harris. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. From the gun, it's Rosen. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 44, Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Open man, the tight end Henry.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Austin McGinnis out for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Rosen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Rosen's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Now Jones. A final shot before break.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. Devin Funchess, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Completes it to Aguilar. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Space to run past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Harris going to get it again on second down. He can't get him down. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Rosen now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rosen will throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Kyle Duggar, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. On first down, Dupree. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Powers through it, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he'll be brought down, and with what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Bourne.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Stephon Tuitt showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Jones on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough. Touchdown! Dalton Keene, his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Rosen on 1st and 10.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. Ebron caught left side. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd and very short, Rosen.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they...
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Patriots have it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
He gets it complete to Harris. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Joe Williams. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one play, could have had our shutout.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this will wind
up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Patriots,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop back to 500 now.
Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
This defense for the Pats, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball?
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And he'll give it here to his running back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 131 yards, and also the score.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Open man is born. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
2nd and 7.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rodgers throw there, complete to Rodgers.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct.
Pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year,
he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
and remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on 1st down. Dupree. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Jones now throwing on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. On second down now. Dupree, and the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now the Packers get set to go.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there was a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Giants who pick up the victory at home. Saquon Barkley, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory as his guys continue to roll. They're 8-1 on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it was the visiting L.A. Rams who get the victory in that one. Matthew Stafford, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not great starting field position as well.
When the holding penalty sets him back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Here's Jones on first down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive.
He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
Got a man. It's Amari Rodgers complete.
As an unbiased observer,
I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Cobb.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's a give to Jones running left. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On play action, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyle Duggar, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Patriots get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. Dupree. Oh, nice move. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down, and he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4.
Rodgers to throw.
He'll find DeGuara complete.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now Rodgers. Only 3 yards on. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Well, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
New England's offense set to go.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Jones.
Big hold of the 30.
Connecting with Aguilar.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Now Jones.
He finds Aguilar over the middle.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Here's Jones.
he's got it complete to Aguilar. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On first down, Dupree. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask, defense.
Well, I guess that's one way to slow him down, try to grab him by the face mask.
Well, nothing else seems to have worked because he certainly had his way running the football in this one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 21-14. 36 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. To throw is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb.
And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Lets it fly deep for Cobb.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final try now for Rodgers. This to possibly force OT. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for New England, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been...
today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll run on first down. Dupree, and he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Oh, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on two separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score. He's going deep for Brown.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Jones. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. First and goal from just inside the 5.
They'll try the left side. Dupree, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense.
To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
46 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
And this is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On second down, here's Henry. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
This defense for the Patriots, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. A gain of 6 there on first.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw.
Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Patriots go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out. And that could be their Achilles heel.
He'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll try the air now with Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill got a man. It's Brown. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
From the 39, Tannehill. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Tannehill on 1st down. He dumps it off for Henry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To the air again, Tannehill. And quick throw here, that's complete. Well, it's a Titans touchdown. Anthony Ferkser as the first half is winding down.
And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that one a long 11-play drive.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Jones throw pulled in by Aguilar.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play there for the Patriots.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins with a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Patriots to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree, and this one will go to the 28-yard line.
123 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On third down, Dupree. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one complete to Smith. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Mac Jones
with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game.
And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Austin McGinnis out for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Devin McCourty picks it off, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. It's Henry. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after.
Touchdown! That's caught. Hunter Henry with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Dietrich Wise able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A handoff running left. Henry. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pretty good return, all things considered, but hold it.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. On second down, Dupree. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he'll give it here to his running back. Bulldozes past him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On first down, Dupree. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Tannehill now to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play there on the screen pass. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree, and he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the third down.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he's got Smith here. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try the left side. Dupree, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here as they got it at their own 4-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper.
And nowhere to go. He goes down to the turf in the end zone. Tannehill taken down for the safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Pats, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving.
today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Pats, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Michael Brockers in on the stop.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
On 3rd down, Dupree. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Off the play fake. Jones. And this is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Romeo Okwara. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Completes it to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
97 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. Dupree. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Out for the PAT, here's McGinnis.
I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Goff now to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Tyler. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game.
but ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Jones on 1st and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Alan Lazard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Play action. Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
169 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle to Smith.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators. In the red zone, tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year.
And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Well, the penalty takes them all the way back to the 12. You don't see many two-point conversions that go in from the 12, do you?
No, you really don't, but in a strange way, it actually opens up the field a little bit, maybe expands what you can call on offense, and they took advantage of it.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys that may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game.
201 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
On first down, Dupree, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Back now at Ford Field. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And it'll be intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
On first down, it's gone. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Patriots will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 2nd down now, Dupree. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here come the Lions now.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One last throw here for Goff. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So that one will be accepted. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Patriots, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Throwing Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On third down, Dupree. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my boys. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
They'll run on first down. Dupree, and good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Dupree, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
2 is thrown here, taken in by Parker.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
Broke through some contacts, but unable to reach the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It's complete to Fuller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sand.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
On third and long, it's Tagovailoa. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
This is a 26-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So the Patriots coming out now.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On first down, Dupree. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught by Aguilar. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Jones now throwing on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Here's Jones on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout
with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Back for the second half of Thursday Night Football in just a moment. But first, the bye weeks are over. We've got a full slate of 16 games once again. So let's give everybody a look ahead at what's to come here in Week 13. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Then, more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in Indy, where it'll be the Colts taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second?
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This will be fielded inside the 5. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did he...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now Jones to throw on third down. Flush to his right. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Touchdown, Dolphins! Hunter Long, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Another go around now for the Patriot offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Jones on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll run on 1st down. Dupree, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, it's going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Pats are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. His throw incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 27. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Dupree. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 90 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On second down now, Dupree. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 3rd down, Dupree, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. No return there for Harris. And the drive will begin at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 13. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. On first down, Dupree, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for New England, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week.